FSAI has taken this as one of the major initiatives, and I'm currently chairing this Suraksha Index. We have two components of Suraksha Index, security and safety, and to all those who are present in this hall, I'm very pleased to let you know that this is the first time in the globe that such an indexing process has started. And I'm really blessed with fantastic team which we have for creating this. We all know the fire statistics of the nation, the kind of accidents which are happening, and the response, why these accidents are happening in commercial buildings, in industrial buildings. All these data are known to all of us, so I'm not getting into it, but we at FSAI and also through various seminars are trying to create awareness as to why these fire incidences are happening. Many times they are put onto electrical systems, but there are multiple reasons, and many often it could be improper maintenance, lack of various aspects on the engineering side of it. But I think a huge numbers of records these are all recorded numbers, but we all know that many incidences do not get recorded to an extent that even our Prime Minister is tweeting specifically on the kind of incidences which have occurred into the hospitals. He has been personally monitoring this. I was told by the disaster management officials who are here in the morning itself. We were talking about that there are certain areas where Prime Minister's office is now monitoring, and we expect a lot of government interaction happening across the nation through central government, through state governments. So, and we heard yesterday also the Director General about his vision. So I think all that is because of the incidences, the way the awareness exists in the nation. And with that vision, FSAI to create Surakshit Bharat has come up with this idea of doing the indexing of the projects. We had launched this during one of the events. In fact, it was in 2016 during one of the PACC event that one of the architects suggested us if the buildings can be rated for energy, they can be rated for indoor air quality, can they not be rated for the quality of fire and life safety? And that is where we started this Suraksha Index in Dubai. It was launched, but during COVID, we couldn't do much about it, and now we are on track. So we have rating, what we have done is we have divided it into two parts, the fire and security, both aspects. Currently, it is one format, but as we move forward with the help of our volunteers, we want to create different standards for healthcare, hospitality, warehouses, IT parks, smart cities, apartments, factories, educational buildings, and institutional buildings. This is the last version, which is under revision. We are constantly getting feedbacks from our team members, and we are now going to add to it a lot of security aspects and also the electrical fire related. So what we have done is each and every aspect is numerically valued to the scale of 0 to 100, wherein we are also connecting it to the national building codes and various integration aspects. So this is how it goes. We have level 1 to level 5, wherein the level 1 is the lowest level and level 5 is the highest level. To do this, we have come up with an educational program. FSI is taking digital classes in the evening, and and there is a AI proctored exam which is happening, and once you are clearing this exam, we are accrediting them as FSAI AP. So friends, this is a very unique program, and today we have 158 qualified FSAI's APs available into the country. Friends, I have Prakash Kapade here, who is going to be our panelist. He is a very passionate teacher, and so as we also want to create thousands of such volunteers, because we all understand every building in the nation, whether it is old or new, needs to be continuously audited. So after doing this accreditation, we have just started doing projects, and to us, these 9 certified projects are available. These are some beautiful buildings of the nation, which are already having Suraksha Index, and we had given them these indexing shields. We have a dream that every hotel you visit, every hospital you visit, every institutional building you visit, you should find a FSAI plank there, and that is what our awareness program is going to be. I'm very glad that only last week, the first residential building of Gift City in Gujarat has decided to opt for indexing. HDFC has given us 2 branches, and they have said once it goes through, we will ensure that all branches in the nation will go for this indexing. There's a corporate office of Luby Pump and TCI which are also going for indexing. So there are a number of projects which are now available, but with the quantities of qualities of people we have got now, we will like that many more such projects comes up. This is GSCS, the Association of Corporate Services. They are also helping us. Godrej Properties have assured us 100 projects. Taj, as a group of hotels, have assured us that their all hotels will go for this. So it's a very interesting development which is happening, and I'm wishing that many more projects comes up. It is a very simple process we have kept. Once we receive the intimation, our team is giving a proposal, and on the basis of which the FSI accredited professionals are deputed. And we also have a 100% peer review process. So if a project is taken care by, say, Mumbai team, then the auditing will happen in Delhi or Calcutta or other branches, so that we have a full, we are also developing these skills slowly and gradually. So friends, I think we had, with the help of a Supreme Court lawyer, drafted the agreements, and all that has been done, and we are now started rolling. So my appeal to all of you who are present here, give us some projects to start with, so that this awareness can spread across. This is how the plank is given with the certificate for the certified projects. So we are going, and once again I'm requesting, and let us debate as to how this Suraksha Index can help us in further creating the awareness of fire and life safety. So I have a very eminent panelist. Can I have a slide? Next slide here. And this is a very famous quote from a person from the state of Tamil Nadu, our late President, कि हम तभी याद किए जाएंगे दोस्तों जब हमारी युवा पीढ़ी को हम एक समृद्ध और सुरक्षित भारत दे, जो आर्थिक समृद्धि और सभ्यता की विरासत का परिणाम होगा. It is his quoting, great person from this state. And friends, let us create a Surakshit Bharat. That is the theme of this session. So can I have a slide, Harsha? Can you just change? So I'm blessed with very eminent personalities. I have Mr. Kale, who has come from all the way from Singapore. He heads engineering operations for Hilton. We do have, he's a senior director with Hilton. I have with me Mr. Shashi Kumarji. Shashi is also engineering head of Hayat. We have 2 very important developers of the nation, Mr. Sanjayji Bhattacharya from Lodha Developers, and we have Mr. Balaji from Raheja. We have Mr. Colonel Prakash Kapadeji, who is helping me on developing the Suraksha Index. And I have Mr. Sina, our partner for this program of PACC. So, Mr. Sina, please come on the stage. Sina is not there? Sina is not there? No? Can you... Balaji? One more for Mr. Sina. Can you just find So I think I have Prakash ji with me, of course, Pade ji. Sorry, I have two Prakash here. But he has helped me a lot in creating this AP program, going to places, to various cities, taking digital classes. So tell me, Prakash, about your experience in terms of when you were taking these classes. How has it helped you? And do you think that this can create benchmarking for the fire and security systems?
Okay, Jai Hind everyone. I'm Major Prakash Kapde. Actually, I'm a lead consultant and auditor in the space of fire, life safety, MEP, and automation. So actually, we started with the first batch around 6 to 7 months back. And today we are in the 11th batch. I have almost trained 1,000 people in the last so many months. And what I realized is, there is a huge potential here. We can actually rate the building just like green buildings, what we are rating them on platinum, silver, and gold certification. Same way we can rate the buildings for safety and security. And since I have actually come over through the ranks, and you can say that I worked in the army as a company commander as a security side, and also worked with very large corporations like Honeywell and GE and all. So come from the manufacturing side also. I worked in the system integration, and then finally I became a consultant and auditor. So I want to impart this education to as many people as possible, because the kind of comprehensive training we are offering through FSAI is really too good. I would say that we are charging very, very less on this online program and also offline program. But the course has tremendous value because we start right from basics in fire engineering, covering the chemical reactions. We address fire triangles, tetrahedrons, pentagons. We talk about solvent and gas detection. We talk about flame detection. We talk about dust explosions. We talk about almost all the systems in fire and security, starting from the basic fire hose reel extinguishers, going up to fire alarm, sprinklers, your clean agent systems, flame detection, gas detection, solvent detection. Then we also talk of water mist. So this particular course, which we have in two areas, that is safety and security, we cover the design aspects. We cover the National Building Code. We cover the international codes like NFPA. We also talk about the systems in detail, how to design them, install them, and commission them. We talk about audits, like how to check the systems from end-to-end interlocks. Like that is very important that, you check the systems thoroughly as per the code, and you get that, mileage from that system, whatever is installed. On the security side, we have a very comprehensive training on CCTV, access control, intrusion detection, X-ray baggage inspection. So we are actually covering the complete gamut of safety and security in 2 weeks' time. And I'll tell you that a person who is even a fresh guy, who has just joined your organization, we can immediately graduate him to a very good level through this particular course. And we have trained about 1,100 people, out of which about 158 have passed the exam. And it is a tough exam, but even if you don't attend the exam, the kind of curriculum you have in this course is too good. And I would like that all the chapters of FSAI, we should have this program going up to every member of the FSAI, because this will really give them a good mileage, good understanding of the subject, and they can execute the systems very well.
Thank you, Prakash. I think you have been doing a phenomenal help to us to promote this, and you can see that more than 1,100 appeared for these classes, but only 158 have passed with 75% plus marks, to whom we have accredited as FSAIPs. So thank you for driving this, and whosoever has attended, let me tell you, the feedback has been extremely positive from their ownership that, the boys have learned, and the minimum qualification we have kept is engineering graduate with 2 years, diploma with 5 years, and a person who is in this profession of fire and life safety, 10 years of that. So that has been the minimum qualification. Of course, now coming back to the industry, Kale Saab, you are one of the most senior person onto the dais. And I just want to understand how important is safety for Hilton Group of Hotels and how to make hotels safer in India. We have been many consultants here who are working continuously with you. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Thakur, and good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I would just request
Harsha, can you put his slide?
to start my show presentation, please. So, yes, it's a very good question. What Hilton, as an international company, is doing for improving the fire life safety, and I would quickly go through a few slides with you just to explain what our system, how it's going to work. But before that, let me just take a few moments to just say about myself. And it's actually an honor, and I feel very proud to be here today for various reasons. This is a Suraksha Bharat forum, which is most important to all of you, as well as internationally to all companies who want to invest in India. I'm visiting Chennai, where I studied at IIT Madras in 1969 to 74. So it's been a long time I've been in the school. I'm proud to be married for 46 years with happy wife and loving family. I worked in 7 countries and worked on projects in 24 countries. Been in work for more than 50 years. I'm 73 years old, and I'll continue as much as I can, and I wish I can help.
Wow, we are delighted, sir.
Been with Hilton for more than 30 years. I started in Toronto, and my primary job is to review the MEP fire life safety systems, to review the design and the approvals before the opening. I'm involved in more than 100 opening of the hotels in new build, conversions, major renovations, etc. And I'm proud to say that I was involved physically here to open the first Hilton hotel in November 1995. I was transferred from Toronto to Delhi for 2 years. Right. So it's a multinational collaboration. What we are seeing nowadays, I think. All right, never mind. I'll just stand and take the prompt. Apologies for the confusion. But it's one of the largest hospitality chain, as you all know. We have more than 8,300 hotels today with 138 countries, with 1.2 million plus guest rooms. So you can imagine the amount of people they can stay there. 25 strong brands, and from very high-end, such as Ward of Astoria to Hampton Inns, for example, where it's affordable and price-worthy. In Asia Pacific, we have more than 1,000 trading hotels today and 13 brands in 26 countries. And we are still growing with another 900 hotels in Asia Pacific in pipeline. Particularly in India, we have 27 operating hotels today, and there are 28 in pipeline. We also signed a large deal for 150 hotels by our new brand called Spark to come in India in the next 10 years. So as we saw, 1.25 million guest rooms, it can hold more than 1 million people at any given night. And it's a large undertaking and a big responsibility. And Hilton is, the hotel is, of course, decor nice, as you can see all here, but it's a decor, good meal, nice bed. You can have all the luxury in your life in that room. Unless you do not feel safe, you will not sleep. So guests are looking for a safe place to stay, and we want to ensure that the room is safe and secured. They want to ensure that they are staying in a safe place before they turn off the lights at the night. They are looking for kind of a protection if something goes wrong, and they have adequate security, etc. So a lot of complementary, supporting service and staff is required. Nowadays, the guests are well educated. Everybody Googles and searches a lot of things, and all these intelligent apps, and they want to book the room with, after making sure that those are safe place they're going to stay. And this is actual fact that one guest checked in very late night and said, my smoke detector is not blinking, there's something is wrong in the system. So they're going to that level, which is good. So, of course, Hilton being an international company is committed to ensure the right design and with the highest fire life safety standards. And we also committed to maintain those once installed. So I have worked in many countries, developed countries such as Canada. I started with Hilton in 1991. United States, in few projects, China, Australia, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, etc., which are considered to be fully developed countries with high end of fire life safety as well as the local authorities support. For the last few years, I'm focusing on Japan and India, which we have a maximum traction now. And hotels in India, they are definitely good, beautiful, welcoming and all that. But there are some differences when you look at the design, construction, testing, commissioning of MEP FLS system. We've all been talking since yesterday on this. So we are seeing a lot of multinational collaborations coming to India, such as Japanese contractors having partnership with many construction companies or the consulting services. And we are actually seeing that change in the method of working day by day, and we're seeing a lot of improvement happening in the process. We are also looking forward to show that India can do equal or better job, and other countries than in the fire life safety, they can actually be a leader, not stray behind. So we find a lot of misunderstanding, difference of opinion, way of working, it's my own way of working and things like that. We encourage all these people, consultants, owners, project managers, contractors, and even some of the local authorities to come together and work as one team, because that's how it's going to help in the future. As the question goes to from Mr. Dhaka, what exactly Hilton is doing about the fire life safety? So we start the process at the careful selection of consultants. What we have a database which is called Consultant Panel, PCP. And we recommend these consultants who have had this kind of experience and worked with us on previous projects, or they have done a similar job to the owners of our project. We review the design at very early stage to ensure it meets the brand standard. We organize meetings because a lot of questions come up, and there's always a gap between what is designed and what the contractors think it is to be done. So we actually explain to the contractors as the project managers what's a better way of working there. We have lots of checklists and examples that we created over the years, which we share with them. We also visit the site to make sure that they are going in the right track. We encourage project team not to make any changes to the design and lose the whole intent of that fire life safety. We set rigorous guidelines for testing, commissioning, and third-party witnessing. We provide training to our operations before we actually let them operate the hotel, and we do safety audits every 6 months. Some are internal, some are from outside sources. As we have been seeing since morning, there's a lot of differences in the codes within India, as well as the international codes such as NFPA or EN, etc. And when we are working on multiple countries, we have to understand what is the local code, what do they want. We understand that the cost of construction has gone up everywhere, and the developers want to minimize the cost or unnecessary expenses. So we always will look at the right alternate solutions if it is properly presented and supported by architect or by the consultants. We go with those alternate solutions after having an internal review with our Fire Life Safety Committee in US. But it does not give us just a clean sheet to go ahead with whatever they want to do, because every life is important. You cannot just take any risk at that point. So we also review the local codes for each country and understand the differences from our brand standards. So in last couple of years, I have worked on the codes for Australia, for Japan, and for Singapore to compare with our Hilton brand standards and see in fire life safety where we can compromise, where we can come to an agreement between the local codes. And we have added quite a few of those local codes in our brand standard, which at one point were based only on NFPA. In coming years, we want to conduct a code comparison for India as well, and we are waiting for that opportunity to happen. As we have been hearing, a lot of work is going on in NBC and the code improvements going on in India, and we will definitely conduct that study soon to see how we can accept the Indian codes to what extent in our brand standards. So happy that if FSAI has brought all this talent together, all of you, and what we have seen in the previous sessions, so that we can move forward and we can work together. We look forward to see the changes in the local codes and national codes, as we said earlier. And we wish all the best to the owners, contractors, project managers, and our team to build safe hotels. So what we like to actually look at is, after seeing a lot of projects in Japan, where I have personally witnessed a few dozen projects in Japan in very details, where the design is, the building is designed up to a nut bolt, literally up to a final detail, and the drawings are absolutely fantastic. And we want to see India coming to that extent at one day, and I'm sure it will come very soon. And similarly, thank you, and get construction to come to a zero defect condition. So once we achieve that, I'm sure we'll be Surakshit Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, Kare Saab. Thank you for that passionate presentation. I think what we understand that every hotel of yours is going to require auditing 6 months gap. And I think the number of hotels which are coming up in the nation through other chains also is enormous. So I think FSAI and the brands can really work together. Here we want to develop more than 1,000 FSAI's APs so that each and every city, you have that asset available. We know that currently such consultants are coming from Dubai or Singapore or other places. We would like that those young professionals who are interested in the nation, you have got them from here itself, and they do a quality audit as per your international requirements. And that is our assurance to you, sir. And straight away going to other brand leader from Hayat, Mr. Sashi ji. I think you have seen his presentation. I'm sure you too have many requirements. And what do you think, how can FSI complement the hospitality industry, sir?
First of all, Vanakkam. Thank you, Mr. Darkar and FSI, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be part of this event. See, I come from a brand called Hyatt, and we believe in doing things perfect. It's up to the basics right. Keep the basics right. So there are two things which are very important for any customer who's staying in our hotel, which is, first is fire and life safety, second is food safety. Here in India, this part of the world, we value much less for our human life than compared to other part of the world. Here, be it construction, be it occupational building, always fire is something, firefighting, fire detection, whatever it is. Fire life safety is the last priority. I don't know why, but that has been the case. But congratulations for FSI for bringing up this AP program, which will actually help hotel industry particularly. I'm talking about our industry, where we have a huge short of skill set. There's a big problem of getting good skill set in hotels. There are various reasons to it. People do not want to, after doing their graduation in engineering, they don't want to come and do some kind of a maintenance, which is, they feel that, first of all, the major component here is there are not many people who want to do dirty work, because as an engineer, if you want to start in a hotel, you have to dirty your hands. But nobody wants to do that because there are other white-collar jobs readily available. So getting good skill set, hands-on skill set people is the biggest problem in our industry. This AP program definitely would give us a lot of relief by getting someone with a basic knowledge, getting trained and certified, helps this industry very much. The biggest problem is people don't even understand the difference between fire alarm and fire detection and firefighting. That's the kind of state today we are. When you go to a hotel, you ask an engineer which is the important factor, whether it is fire detection or firefighting, then immediately the answer is firefighting. Actually, you have to save yourself first, save human life first. But most of the time it is misunderstood that, your pumps, sprinklers, these are the very important factor. This is because a lack of knowledge and understanding. I'm 100% sure, Mr. Darkar, I will also see my hotel chain mentioned in your presentation next time, because I'm going to have some AP certified people in my hotels also.
So
And
nice of you, sir.
I'll ensure that I'll ensure that my engineers are certified. For which there are few requests to you. I want you to curate programs specifically for hospitality, because a common program is okay. Having basic knowledge is fantastic, but when it comes to hospitality, it's too sensitive. It's people connection. So I would request you to curate some programs for specifically for hospitality. Hospitality is not a small sector anyways, and firefighting, fire protection in hospitality is crucial compared to other industries because we deal with human life. This program, I believe, will also have constant training and rewarding and continuous improvement programs incorporated, which will help people to regularly do their refreshment and get trained with latest updates, because every time, every year or every month, the technology is changing. I couldn't understand, or I couldn't manage the speed of the technology change. Absolutely. I believe most of us would be going through that. Everything is on your fingertip these days. So, informations are available, but we don't have time to go through it. Because, I have an app which tells me what is the problem in, out of 50 hotels, one hotel. It's my responsibility to go through it and review it and comment or escalate. They have done their job. I have multiple things to do. And just on a fingertip, everything is available. But if you don't know how to manage it, we are in a trouble. So these updates have to be part of these trainings, and help us getting refreshment courses, interim, continuous improvement programs, part of these AP course. Coming back to your specific question on the indexing of fire safety, every hotel chain look for marketing opportunity. This also can be a fantastic market opportunity because
fantastic, sir. That is our dream.
Yeah. Yes. Because this is how it happened when this green building certification started. Initially, people were reluctant, what are you going to do with my data? How does it matter whether I'm gold rated, platinum rated? But now everybody is asking, any RFP we apply for, ask for what is your carbon credit, right?
Absolutely.
So, this also soon, if not today, immediately it's going to happen that, hotels will also be asked to get rated for their fire and life safety, which will eventually become a marketing tool, and 100% the customer will be happy to stay in a safer hotel. You don't mind, if I go and stay in any of the other chain hotel also, I'm not paying from my pocket if I'm on an official trip. So my company pays for it, and my company always look for the safest hotel. That goes to...
Thank you. I think you opened up a new avenue. I never had thought that. Because today, if somebody is staying in this hotel, which is a platinum certified hotel, he doesn't pay any premium. But probably tomorrow, if your hotel is rated 5 level, I'm sure customer could pay you a little more also, sir.
100%, yes. At least, the priority would be rated hotels, right? 5-star rated hotels, like your 5-star classifications. There would be some management, some standards maintained, so the customer will be rest assured that, their life is safe.
Thank you, sir. You and Kale Saab have inspired us that we quickly move on to our classifications, and I can assure you that hospitality will be one of our first attempt. Kale Saab, you have noted how good they have assured both of them that they are chief engineers, and you can see the number of hotels across the nations which are existing and coming up. So I think it can be a very big area where we can reach as FSAI and create this awareness in mutual interest.
One more point to add here, sorry.
Tell me, sir. By the way, they are the people who started a lot of open kitchen. We have some architects here. They always keep on challenging us that, in the nice all-day dining areas, you have open kitchen with a few hoods there. We are now talking about ventilated ceilings so that you don't require any partitions. Though they look aesthetically brilliant, they give good interaction between the chef and the end customer, where he is able to cook food across. But what kind of fire challenges it has, that maybe me know what is happening about the ceiling. Very few people understand and how the separation has to deal with it. So tell me about those challenges. I think these are much bigger challenges to us as fire engineering fraternity, and also integration of all these services becomes extremely important. So,
yeah. Yes, sure. Just before going to that question, I want to add up a few more points, or just a point for the previous question. I deal with countries like Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, and all of that. Also, India is 100 times better than these places, right? You don't have qualified people in these areas. Nepal, all qualified people are outside Nepal. They don't work in Nepal. You don't get anyone. I can't import an engineer there in Nepal as a chief engineer. I have to train a technician and convert him into a chief engineer who doesn't understand any logic of engineering. There is a checklist. You just go tick, 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 tick. That's it. So, these programs also get into these areas like Nepal, Bangladesh, and all of that. That's my request. Maybe as a next step, you should also try these areas.
Sure, sir. I think our presidential members have vision that we opened up office or chapter in Dubai, but I think we are going to have the chapters in Bhutan, Nepal. That's our vision. We are working towards that, sir. Surely you will have good news very soon.
Thank you very much. I'm now coming to the challenges we face in the open kitchen and ventilated ceiling, which is mostly new technology, but it's been there for a few years now, but everyone started adapting it. And as a Hyatt, we do that. Most of our Hyatt hotels, we are getting rid of all this buffets. Sooner, you'll not see breakfast buffets in Hyatt hotels. That's the direction given to us. So, to complement this policy, what we do is we do interactive kitchens where chef make food in front of you. The kitchen is part of the restaurant. There's no separation. You see what is cooking there. What we say is less is more. So, we do very limited food, but it's prepared freshly in front of you. So that's the kind of experience Hyatt brings in. For which, we need to definitely have decorative kitchens, decorative restaurants, and all of that. Where what we found as a solution is these ventilated ceiling. This becomes an additional headache to the designer,
All of us.
consultants, because this ventilated ceiling is a very good thing to see, but when it look at the operations, a lot of challenges. The smoke management is a very big subject. You very rightly said in the morning. There is not enough document for us to refer when we are planning this project. Every project we plan, we always go back to NFPA, all this. We call you and ask opinion, but there are very limited written document available these days. You did mention about that. NBC is also working on that, I believe.
Absolutely.
So, that is what a challenge is. It is a complex of air conditioning, exhaust, fresh air, composition, fire suppression system. There are so many things. I have seen one of our hotel. When I went for a review, I found the fire damper is not functional, and it was not, I'm sure it is not tested for long years. And when we suddenly understood there was no testing mechanism. How do you test fire damper?
Many times
And
the
it is-
actuator itself is not having access.
Correct. You don't modulate every day. You don't modulate. There is a problem. So with this new technologies coming in, we have more challenges. So we have an additional knowledge requirement from different parties. Of course, when we design something, there are a lot of people involved in designing. Particularly, we have experts like Mr. Darkar or Mr. Goel and all of them. We do have experts on board, so they come and help us out. When it comes to maintenance, there is no expert available. There is no knowledge available. That's where we get stuck. Designing something, building something is a great thing. After that, maintaining it for 25 years, I don't know. That has been a challenge. So, what we do is actually we ensure these decorative ceilings, which are self-ventilated, no separate partition between the restaurant and we make sure that these are fire protected. So we ensure the detection system is in place. There is a comp air done there. So it's slightly complex. The system is still getting matured. I hope we will have more bugs resolved by next session, next
Thank
year.
you, sir. I think it is going to be more and more challenge as we move forward with aesthetics and everything to be integrated. It will also add an element of fire curtains. We have some good fire curtain suppliers here who will give you drop-down fire curtains. But it is an integrated process, and therefore, as I said in the morning also, that in the next month we are going to have one good session in Mumbai, 6th, 7th of March. Watch out for that. That is going to be first session on smoke management. And this subject I had not thought of before we interacted now. So this is very interesting development which is going to happen. And a lot of us will have to deal with it. And we have to satisfy tough questions from the operators and architects. So I think we should be ready with those documentation. So thank you for those insights. And now moving to Sanjay, to you, they are the eminent developers of the nation. You have seen many tall buildings in city of Mumbai and other cities. They are now catching up. So tell me, Bhattacharya ji, how our FSI index can complement your industry, which is the biggest industry for the nation.
Thank you, sir. I thank all the eminent members to be, panel members to be available here. I take it from where Shashi Kumar ji has left it, that it will take some time to develop this indexing like it happened in green building. right? Now, with sustainability kicking in, ESG, now IGBC Green Home Certification is a mandatory thing for all the buildings which are happening. Plus, whoever is buying these houses, they are now socially more capable to understand the after effects of having this and not having this, right? So I compliment especially yourself because you are a leader in this whole of the
No, sir, it is a
movement.
teamwork. Big team is helping me.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm only the
obviously,
front
obviously
face.
somebody has to be there, right? Team will be there. I compliment the team also. So it will take some time, definitely, for this indexing to go into the house residential sector. Where it can have a very good effect is that if it comes together inbuilt into the authority requirement, right? It will help implement from start itself as well as during ongoing implementation. Why I am telling this? Because once the developer might do it, right? But when it is handed over to the resident RWA, right, welfare association, there are a lot of overlooking or due to cost parameter, there are a lot of overlooking of the mandatory requirement. But this is what the authority and the FSI and the fraternity can come together and implement it, which will be very beneficial for the nation as well as for the life safety of the people. People don't realize the importance unless that incident happened, right?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. We have, of course, authority himself sitting here. Warik Saab is from Mumbai, you are from Mumbai. But our vision was not that we go that route. The way IGBC or USGBC or ASSOCHAM has developed a green certification program, it is voluntary. That doesn't give you any benefit. Now that it has become popular, the FSI benefits are coming in some states. But we would like that this becomes a self-sustaining. But you are giving me a new angle. Sir is also sitting here. We'll discuss with him in Mumbai only. But I think we would love to do that. But let us first stand up ourselves, have some 1,000, 2,000 buildings, and then we go back to government to tell them that this is our credential. So
Sir,
first we have to build that case.
yeah,
I think that is more important.
Yeah. So, like the green certification also became mandatory only when it came into the financing. Okay, it was going in very baby steps. Then suddenly it kicked into a mandatory thing because it got connected with the financing, whichever PE fund or capital from where it was coming. It was a mandatory thing. What are you doing for the green certification? So something like that should be there, which will give that benefit immediately. That's why my suggestion is.
Sir, to me, I think developers should not look at it as a cost. You know, this is something where this is the cheapest services, means you know that in 5,000 rupees the construction cost, firefighting system is just 150 rupees a square foot.
Yeah.
And so where is the cost, sir? आप जो flat बेच रहे हो 1 करोड़ रुपए, 1 लाख रुपए स्क्वायर फीट सर, तो उसमें ये क्या कॉस्ट है सर?
नहीं कॉस्ट की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं.
तो उसका क्या बेनिफिट आपको बेनिफिट करेगा यदि 5% कोई देगा भी?
Darkar sir, I'm not talking about the cost. Cost we can inbuilt it. It is a now mandatory system, right? CFO का जो requirement आता है, people are giving a full compliance to that. I'm telling indexing will add lot of value to it if it is coming in that particular document also. Like recently in Mumbai they have implemented this IoT, right? And it is a good concept. It is little bit to accept it and do it. It is taking little bit time, and we have got more vendors who will do it, right? It will somewhere that stabilization will come. I am just suggesting that we are looking forward to going with this indexing, but probably.
सर पहले मुझे एक हाथ दो जॉब दे दीजिए लोधा के. We like to हमारे पड़ोसे कपाड़े साहब बैठे हम करते हैं शुरुआत, बाद में सर के पास जाएंगे.
Sure.
We are
Sir,
actually.
I am coming to next developer of the nation, biggest developer रहेजा. उनके चेन्नई में भी बहुत buildings हैं. How do you see what he is saying? How FSI index can complement you, sir? रहेजा से. Your every building is green certified. आप platinum के नीचे काम नहीं करते हैं, पर उसको सुरक्षित भी बनाइए थोड़ा.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, what he said is one of the concern how we are going to implement, like large volume developers, they will consider for a critical assignment, whatever related to the buildings, they will look at it. One is business perspective, another one is actually how it will aesthetically look at it. In this fire concern is actually not taken it very critical because you are dependent on only one authority, CFO. And in this country, because I was there for last 20 years in Dubai, and there without a CFO you cannot get into the building. You have all, this is the last guy who said, and only you are good to operate it. Here you are getting a partial, occupancy, which is actually you have a 5 floor out of 50 floor, and these guys are still occupy, and then another 45 floor, some people are working, where there is a higher vulnerability. So how we actually define, because Rageja is having a 5 big vertical, commercial, residential, data center, and hotel and mall, where it is people-centric. Commercial and hotel and mall is a large volume of people working more than 1 lakh in one complex. So we wanted to make it actually, it is not only a green building because we are all platinum and gold certified, LEED, IGBC well. But these guys are alive only when the building is safety. We don't bother about, how your indoor air quality, but the building is quality or not. So we wanted to keep a vulnerability index because we have a various sector like a hotel. Hotel is, bar is highly vulnerable. And this kind of thing is less vulnerable. And where you have a room, it is actually a very, very least. And restaurant is high vulnerable. Where the bar guy, bartender actually fly off at the flames, then there is a lot of chances to do it. In fact, we learned a lot of things from our yearly incident in Dubai particularly. There they will revise the standard on every incident. They will stop cladding. It should be a fire rated. And they stop actually, because there was one incident happened on a New Year Eve in Atlantis. There is one hotel. They got a fire side by side where there is a tallest tower is actually inauguration is going in front of the rulers. Next they amend one rule actually what is to be done to avoid it. Here it is very difficult because people hold with the NBC. NBC is 2016. Now we are in 24. Not only the people inducing that business inducing it. I have a multi-tenant building where there will be a lab, there will be a data center, servers, and normal operating people. The guy who is actually creating a vulnerable to the remain the people, there is no index. So we are making it actually a index for us ourselves. Thanks for your FSI, because this is one volume, 2023 you release it. It is actually good for us to go back because we state NBC code, we go for that very stringent measure across the globe, we taken it. Even the US is saying the biggest one, but their tank is actually empty when there is a Los Angeles fire. It is similar way, you have everything. When you are going for a 3 crore of villa you are selling, there is no one fire extinguisher or no one fire blanket, which is costing not more than only 2,000 rupees. Here in India, you have a people cluster of people living in a suburb and urban, and also there is a high vulnerable business which is happening. The bar is getting fire, around the people are getting fired. You have any gaseous plant is next to that, then actually there is an incident happen. People are having a problem, they are facing a problem and coming out of it and then they forget it. There's no code and standard actually giving you guidelines. So we as a developer, we would like to take that fire life safety as one of the rating for ourselves. Nobody is actually giving any rating, but we ourselves taken it. But now FSA is actually like you have a 5-star rating. Like one of the gentlemen is saying that he wanted to be have it for hotel. That rating will invite customer or this confident that I am staying in a good hotel. Same thing we are also planning for it internally to give a rating of the particular building, and we will place it in front of the customer boss where you are living. It is not only well or not only IGBC, not only indoor air quality. You are good to live in this space without any problem. We have, these are all the standards. It's a part of our brochure going along with them. And wherever actually they want to check it up, we'll check it up. We'll have internal audits. This is the practice. Actually, I would like to tell you, FSI is giving us a very big edge on that. So even though other authority people are coming in place, and we ourselves going with your codes and standards.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Balaji. And now I'll come back to Mr. Sina, who happens to be from Ahmedabad, my city. And last week, I kind of inaugurated his new factory, where for the first time in India, we saw that the firefighting can happen off-site with a robotic machine. So would you like to tell them very quickly about the facility which you have put in and how it can complement our vision of creating Surakshit Bharat, sir?
Sure. Thank you, Daga Sahab. And I would like to thank FSAI to giving us this stage to share with the top leaders of the nation. Like you said, Surakshit Bharat. So what we should do? We have standards, we have our policies, which is written. But we have to work from the ground level. I have my experience as a fire and safety engineer. I have my experience to serve at the Jamnagar Reliance Industries as a fire officer. Now I am having 15 years of experience in setting up the fire protection system in big MNCs, industries, warehouses. So what I found that there are the problems. The quality has been written. Quality has been written, policies has been made. There are certain teams which is deployed at the site to monitor the things. But see, if it is written 100% now and followed, then also only 30 to 40% can be achieved at the end. Because there are human errors, there are human ways. In morning, human have a different tendency, different energy. And in night, human have a different energy. So we are the nation which is dependent on our manpowers, the way of nature, human behavior. But for this solution, we came up with a solution that is prefab piping. In our factory we have set up in Ahmedabad, it is completely robotic. So the human interference will be reduced. As we are growing, so our nation is growing, so we are demanding the quality and the fast-track projects. So fast-track project, we should not be only dependent on human. So as we are in the AI era, so we should be dependent upon robots. Next is robots. If the robots put 100 or thousands of welding, that we can guarantee that all the thousands are of same quality. So if the human body is having the good organs, it will last for a long. Same way, if the welding quality and the quality of the product is good, definitely it will last for the long.
Thank you so much, and best wishes to you, sir. I think
Thank
you have
you
a
very
stall
much.
here, so you can invite and give further update to you, to all of them. So once again, thank you for partnering with FSA.
Thank
I
you,
think we have run out of time. My apologies. I would have loved to ask you more questions, but they are available here till tomorrow. You can interact with them personally and learn from their knowledge. We are really delighted to have such eminent panelists with us, and many of you have equal experiences, so please interact and improve our own knowledge and understand about FSAI Suraksha Index. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I would just request everyone to just be on stage. We'll just have a group picture and then we can move out.